Guy Cocker, who is a games journalist, told us why the industry has these app extras.
These games that are released on iPhone, initially they were released as sort of, £8.99, £9.99 releases, but actually games companies found that they were able to make more money from them by offering what's called in-app purchases. So the idea is that you download the initial game for free, and then you pay for items or extra lives or new characters as you play, and they're called microtransactions because they usually cost a matter of pence or 69 pence, and you can top up the game in that way. And so games manufacturers actually found that they were able to make a lot of money from just a small percentage of the audience. And so the danger for parents, at least, is that their kids could, in theory, rack up huge bills by paying for games in this way.
Yeah.
And so the thing that they need to do is be aware of the fact that in the settings for these phones, especially if they're giving them to their kids and locking their credit card to them, is that they can set limitations. They can completely block out their children if they want to, and just be aware that it's easy to rack up huge bills on these things.
Yeah, and in this case, hindsight is a wise thing, and you don't know what you don't know. Essentially, then, if a credit card is linked to an account, it can be as easy as pressing that one button as this lad has done.
Yeah, it is. And, games like Candy Crush, which is one of the biggest games, one of the ones that everyone's heard of, will allow you to unlock extra lives by doing things other than spending money. So you can share the game on social networks with your friends, because obviously that will bring your friends in and they'll be able to monetize them that way. But yeah, the easiest thing to do is to go into, and you can easily find out how to do this online. You can go into the settings of the device and lock out your child. You can do a lot more things. You can lock them out of certain apps that are rated at a certain age level, or you can just lock them out completely. And that's the easiest thing to do. The other thing you can do is buy prepaid cards instead, so that you can give your child whatever it is, £5 a month, so that they can spend it on apps if they want to, and then they can't spend more than that allocated amount. I think in previous occasions when this has happened, actually Apple has given people a refund in extraneous circumstances.
And this has happened here, Guy. I just wonder, as a commentator and observer expert in this field, Guy, how surprised you are that they have refunded the near £6,000 charge.
Well, like I say, in extraneous circumstances, Apple will do that. If they can see that someone has racked up a huge bill on one particular game. On the Google App Store, so Google's equivalent on Android, I was looking yesterday at their official terms and conditions. On there, it's more down to the developer whether they do that, so it's a little bit different. And yeah, it's completely feasible that someone could spend a lot of money unlocking items, because sometimes there are limited edition items in there.
Sure, I mean, £99 a time that is an astonishing amount to press, and then when you've done it 56 times, and this family has said, they didn't know that option was there to spend £99 at a time, and then when they queried it, they were told this is what people spend, and he actually queried it. Yeah,
well, absolutely. It's the numbers are phenomenal. It's really only about 3% of players that ever spend on these microtransactions. But for most of these games, there's an audience of hardcore players that really spend a lot of time on these games. And for those guys, that's why they release those £99 items. For a lot of people, that would sound ridiculous, but if you're really into a game and you're really enjoying it and you want to support the developers, that's why they put those £99 transactions in, because people will actually spend that.
So that's Guy Cocker, who is a games journalist.